Imagine discovering that some of the most groundbreaking abstract art in British history drew its spark from the simplest everyday objects, and that it all connects to an unforgettable encounter between two titans of the art world. This captivating tale is coming to life in a fresh exhibition right here in England's West Country, pulling back the curtain on a pioneer's journey. If you're new to abstract art, think of it as a way for artists to capture emotions, ideas, or even ordinary scenes not through realistic images, but through shapes, colors, and forms that evoke deeper feelings, kind of like a visual poem. At the heart of this show are three impressive, large-scale works by William Scott, a trailblazing British abstract artist born in 1913, and who passed away in 1989. These pieces have been generously lent by the prestigious Tate Gallery to the Museum of Somerset in Taunton, just a short drive from where Scott lived and worked in the peaceful rural landscapes south of Bath. For more on the museum, check out their site at https://swheritage.org.uk/museum-of-somerset/. But here's where it gets really intriguing. Visitors aren't just getting a peek at these paintings. They are diving into the story of a remarkable 1959 visit to Scott's Somerset home by the American abstract expressionist legend Mark Rothko. If Rothko's name rings a bell, he's the master of those vast, immersive color fields that seem to swallow you whole. You can read more about him in this Guardian piece. https://www.theguardian.com/art-and-design/Rothko. During that trip, the two artists bonded over their shared projects, murals destined for a swanky New York restaurant and a hospital in Northern Ireland. It's a reminder of how creative minds from across the ocean could inspire each other in unexpected ways. The exhibition's curator, Tim Martin, whose work you can explore at https://timmartin.org.uk, calls this a golden opportunity. It's wonderful to display these Scott paintings from the Tate in a location so close to his heart, Martin shares. And it invites us to reflect on what it meant for an American art icon like Rothko to journey to our West Country neck of the woods. He points out that these three pieces were created during the peak of Scott's career in the late 1950s, a time when the artist was brimming with assurance in his bold, experimental style. Take, for instance, one standout work, Ochre Still Life, which playfully abstracts familiar kitchen items like pots and pans into warm, earthy tones, showing how Scott transformed the mundane into something profound. Another, Black Painting, could be interpreted as an evocative nod to the rugged stone walls dotting the Somerset countryside. For a deeper dive into abstract painting techniques, see this Guardian article. https://www.theguardian.com/art-and-design/painting. These aren't just pretty pictures. They are windows into Scott's philosophy of finding profound beauty in the unassuming details of daily life. Titled Beauty in Plainness, William Scott in Somerset. Details at https://swheritage.org.uk/events/beauty-in-plainness. The exhibition draws its name straight from Scott's own words. I find beauty in plainness. It's a concept that's simple yet revolutionary, turning the ordinary into art that speaks volumes. And this is the part most people miss. Scott's path to this mindset was influenced by his early encounters with the vibrant New York art scene in the 1950s, where he first crossed paths with Rothko. As Martin explains, Scott was stunned by the sheer scale and ambition of the abstract expressionist pieces emerging from New York. But he and Rothko clicked instantly, leading to that 1959 visit where Rothko stayed with the Scott family in Somerset. For context on the region, here's a Guardian overview. https://www.theguardian.com/uk-news/Somerset. Their conversations reportedly zeroed in on murals, those massive wall artworks designed to transform entire spaces. Scott was deep into a grand commission for the entrance hall of Altnagelvin Area Hospital in Derry, Northern Ireland. Learn more about it here. http://williamcott.org/Altnagelvin-mural-195-961/number-sign-more-94. When this abstract masterpiece was finally revealed to a packed crowd of dignitaries, the reaction? A stunned, horrified silence that hung in the air. But here's where it gets controversial. Was this silence a sign of failure, or proof that truly innovative art pushes boundaries so far it leaves people speechless? Scott's mural challenged viewers to see healing spaces through an abstract lens, blending art with architecture in ways that weren't always immediately embraced. Meanwhile, during his Somerset stay, Rothko was crafting his own set of murals for the upscale restaurant in New York City's Seagram building. Explore them at the Tate. https://www.tate.org.uk/tate-modern/in-the-Mark-Rothko-Seagram-murals. Yet, after soaking in the West Country's more grounded vibes, Rothko had a change of heart. He pulled out of the project, deeming the restaurant's elite atmosphere unfit for the spiritual depth he aimed to convey in his work. Instead, he gifted 9 of those powerful canvases to the Tate, where they now invite contemplation in a more fitting setting. This exhibition is set to run from November 15 through February 7, 2026, giving plenty of time to immerse yourself. To kick things off, Tim Martin will host an insightful preview talk on Scott's life and legacy at the Museum of Somerset on Friday, November 14, at 2:30 p.m. Spots are limited, so booking is essential. So, what do you think? Does abstract art like Scott's mural truly enhance places like hospitals? Or does it risk alienating people who just want something familiar and comforting? And was Rothko's withdrawal a principled stand, or an overreaction to a simpler life? I'd love to hear your takes in the comments. Let's spark some lively debate on how everyday inspiration can fuel artistic giants.